Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Amma ba'd, ahabati fillah. One of the diseases and ailments that has affected us and the hizbiyah, which has permeated our ranks and found its way amongst Ahl Sunnah, wallahu musta'an, is the statements that some of the major scholars are not worthy of returning the affairs of minhaj to them because they don't know the condition of the mumayyi'een, or they don't know the condition of the hadadiyah, like Sheikh so-and-so or Sheikh so-and-so. Listen to what our Sheikh Suliman Al-Rehaili, hafidhullah ta'ala, mentions about this. He came across, this is the context, he came across a site where the people, the ones who run the site, that they continually in their gatherings and sittings amongst their hizb and with their false claims, that here's what he said exactly. He said, أن الأكابر كالمفتي والفوزان وصالح على الشيخ والعباد والفقيه لا يرجع إليهم في الفتن والنوازل ولا يأخذ بتوجيهاتهم فيها بحجة أنه ليس لهم موافقة من المميعية بأنواعهم، بل يستضيفونهم ويثبتون عليهم ويثنون عليهم. واليوم قرأت تغريدة لأحدهم تفضح أصلهم وتكشف حالهم. Our Sheikh mentioned, so these people, and look at this in the English-speaking world, that's why I want you to pay attention. How many times have you heard certain individuals claim that major imams, people who have more knowledge than the people that they go back to, the major scholars don't know the condition of the people in the West. The major scholars don't know so-and-so like we know. The major scholars don't know these new issues like Sheikh so-and-so and Sheikh so-and-so, who are much less than ilm. Much less than ilm. Sheikh Suliman Al-Rehaili just named major scholars. And what did he say? He said that the akabir, their claim, the claimants of these false claimants, that the major scholars, like the mufti, this is the mufti of Saudi Arabia for a reason. The mufti, Imam Fawzan, wa Salih al-Sheikh, wa Abbad, meaning Sheikh Abdul Muhsin al-Abbad, our Sheikh, our muhaddith in Medina, wal Fiqih, Sheikh Ali Nasser al-Faqih. You don't even hear his name mentioned in a lot of the websites that are Salafi. Why is that? He's one of the major ones, as men. Sheikh Suliman Al-Rehaili said, Wallah musta'an. He said, La yarju ilayhim, that these people claim, do not take your affairs back to them when it's in a time of fitnah. You know, when there's controversy. One nawazil, in modern day contemporary new issues. And do not take from their advice, from their guidance, basically their advice, with regards to those affairs, meaning the fitna and, you know, and these new masail and these new groups that people, the new names that people come up with. He said, bi hujja, this, you know, they're using as evidence that, that they are not in agreement with talking about mumay' and its different types. So here you're talking about there's a reason for that. The major mashayikh, the major scholars, don't busy the people with that stuff. They don't busy with the people with that stuff. We're not saying that there aren't people who are mumay', and we're not saying that there's not people who are extreme in hadadiyah, but the major scholars, if you look at the scholars that talk about that and the students who talk about that all the time, compared to their scholars. And in fact, these are their scholars most of the time. These imams that he mentioned that are still alive, walillah alhamd. And he said, rather, so the people even criticize these great imams, because you see that their doors are open. You see them giving, as guests, certain individuals who are not in agreement with those people who are criticizing. So then, and then the Sheikh says, and today I read that from the people's, this site or what have you, that their deceptiveness, that it was exposed from one of them basically exposed themselves, the contradictions in their own usul, their own foundation with regards to this of not returning to these major scholars. And it exposed their state or their condition. Habibti fillah, there's so many benefits from that. And that's why I want you and plead with you, busy yourself with ilm al-nafiya and learn the Arabic language so you don't have people translating to you and leading you to the right and leading you to the left of the Siratullahi Mustaqim. And you don't have people dictating to you, because you need this key in order to have access to those many major scholars who are not being translated from a lot of times, and to know how to deal with fitnah. If you want to know how to deal with fitnah and struggle, it's by going to the akabir, the major scholars, not to the minor scholars. And we love all of our scholars, regardless of their status. They have tabaqat, they have different levels. And that's what you have to recognize. It isn't just because certain individuals are translated by and certain people have good relations with certain scholars, that doesn't make them the kibar ulama. They're not even recognized. Some of the people that the people take as alama and build up are not even recognized in the country which they are from like that. And they're not recognized by even other major scholars, sometimes don't even know them. So, Habibti fillah, do not be blindfolded. Do not waste your time in foolishness, but seek knowledge and do that which is going to benefit you. And we ask Allah the Almighty to accept our good and forgive our evil and protect our ulama, bless them to continue to give us tawjihat and guidance and call us to khair on the sunnah and to protect us from fitnah. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam.